perfect.
Oh my god. Why, Tayshawn, why is it so high?
Because God doesn't like you.
Wait a second. Oh, excuse me, brother. Wait. Wait, hold on. Wait.
You know damn well. What do you mean no?
What do you mean he doesn't like me? What does this got to do with me?
I don't fucking know. We all have to suffer. There's also another hole in the ozone layer if you want the honest truth, but that's a different story.
I blame you.
You can blame me all the fuck you want.
And you
doesn't make your relationship with God any better.
And these niggas is still popping off fireworks. Oh my gosh. When was 4th of July? Like 2 weeks ago? If that.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
If that, right?
No, it was Monday. Monday just passed. About two more days.
So why are these Negroes still popping on fireworks?
You should be happy because remember during the pandemic that 4th of July, there was fireworks from like June to September.
Yeah, you actually right about that. Yeah, that was a little wild back in the day. Yeah, that was
every night. Every night it was a firework, and I was like, 4th of July passed. It's going to end soon, and then August came. I was like, they can't have that many fireworks left. Yeah, we got in September. I was like, yo, we still lighting off fireworks? What is going on?
Remember, September was what, Labor Day? So you had your people out there.
No, they were just lighting fireworks to light fireworks. I refuse to believe they were celebrating Labor Day. No one celebrates Labor.
Well, that's not what Labor Day is about, but I get what you're saying.
Nah, fuck that. It is now. It is now. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Man, if y'all haven't realized yet, welcome to the Excuse Me Brother podcast show. I'm your brother.
You are your brother. You are the brother. No, continue. That was Brother Jay. I don't know what's going on with him. He's losing some shit. I am your other host, Brother Tay, and Brother T. T Maxwell.
Oh my goodness. I am Brother Jay.
I already introduced you.
You did?
I did. That's how hot it is to you right now? Like, what's going on?
Yo, bro, I don't know if you don't notice by now. I do not. I repeat, do not. Like, absolutely can't stand the summer.
It's my window. I can't stand the rain.
No, I actually like the rain. I'd rather it rain than be a million degrees outside on.
That was a Missy Elliott song.
I know that, but I'd rather it be -5 degrees with a foot of snow outside than be 100 degrees and 86% humidity any day of the week, twice on Sundays, 3 times on Saturdays, bro. I hate the heat.
I don't know. I'll take the -5. I don't really want snow.
I can work around snow because you ain't gotta go outside.
No, and you normally do because I got a shovel in the snow. I got a shovel when it snows. I'm trying my best. No snow is good. Like if it's cold, I can always deal with the cold. I'm fine with the cold.
Right.
If it's freezing rain, I can deal with the freezing rain. If it snows and it sticks, that means I gotta go outside and shovel. And that's a full body workout that I don't want to do anymore.
Well, now you have to go outside and shovel. But before, I don't know. I never had to shovel snow. Shout outs to NYCHA.
When I was little, my family owned the house, so we had to shovel then. When I moved out to the apartment, I didn't have to shovel. Now that I'm in my current living space, I unfortunately have to go back to shoveling. Suck this dick.
Oh, no, see, now we have to fight. Now we have to fight. Those are fighting words.
You're going to have to come over here.
Listen, 36 is now going by your place. I'll be over there in 15 minutes, if that.
I know. They changed the whole bus route.
Yeah,
you come over here. You come over if you want. You can still catch these. I told you all day. These hands is ready to eat for everyone and everything.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
Come on, you want to find out real quick.
Just because you play football don't mean you're dangerous. Nobody's afraid of you.
No, it has nothing to do with football. I'm just, these hands is ready to eat. I'm willing to give them out all the time. Yeah, football got nothing to do with it.
Blah, 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 fucking blah.
You didn't want to go to football. I just said these hands is ready to eat.
Yeah.
Got nothing to do with football.
You think niggas supposed to be afraid of you because you played football?
I never said that.
That's how you
I,
act.
no, I want no one to be afraid. I want everyone to find out. I want everyone to fuck around and find out what these
No,
hands are doing.
no. Right, you gonna piss off the wrong person and you gonna get
And I'm
shot.
a and
You gonna
I'm
wind up on
fine.
a t-shirt.
And I do not care. I went out the way I went, the way I lived, talking
Mm,
shit and giving out hands.
yeah, sure, whatever.
If someone shoots me because they lost the hand battle, that got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's not my fault.
Are you done?
No,
All right.
absolutely not.
All right. All right.
Just,
Let me know when you're done. I'll be waiting.
just, fuck, just leave it.
Uh,
You're gonna have to get to this anyway.
anyway,
Fucking hot. It's fucking hot.
so if you stay indoors, what do you do?
I'll fight under the AC and listen to music and play video games. I know that's not what you want to hear. I know exactly what you want to hear.
What is it that I want to hear?
You want to say that I sit indoors and watch movies and
You
TV
need to.
shows.
There's certain TV shows you need to watch, man. Certain movies that you need to catch up on. Listen, how many streaming services you got?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
I got Hulu,
Oh.
Netflix,
Mhm.
HBO Max.
Mhm.
I just got Peacock from.
Whack.
I mean,
Wait, are you paying for it?
No, I'm not paying. The only thing I pay for is YouTube TV for my family. Everything
Whack.
else is handed to me.
Whack.
Hulu, Netflix, HBO Max. Let's see, Disney Plus. I think I have every streaming service that's possible right now. I have a password for.
How many of you actually watch? Like,
How many do I watch?
yeah, how many of those apps are you actually on?
Maybe Hulu might be the one I use the most technically because there's certain shows I watch.
Right.
But other than that, probably none.
So you're wasting. Ah, Jesus.
I'm not paying. Look, I've been very blessed that people gave me the password to these things. Doesn't mean I have to use them. They're paying for it. Doesn't mean I have to use them. I appreciate that they care enough about me to give me their password. And then also, if they need money to keep paying for it, I'm also willing to give money. They know that. All they have to do is ask. Someone asked. I gave them money for the next 2 months. What's the difference? Like, what is it?
So what's the point of having it if you're not going to use it?
Because when I want to use it, I have it available. There was a time I watched HBO Max. That HBO Max has all the old Cartoon Network shows I used to watch growing up. I binge watched Courage the Cowardly Dog for 3 days straight.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. Oh man, that's a throwback.
Exactly.
You know, I actually did. I'm about to make a blasphemous statement,
What are you
but I
about
don't
to say?
care. I don't care. I actually did not like Courage the Cowardly Dog. It was too creepy for me. It was
Knowing
too surreal.
knowing you as a person, that doesn't surprise me.
What do you wait? Hold on. Excuse me, brother. What is that? What's that supposed to mean?
You don't seem like the type of person that would watch that show.
Which I did not. Yeah, I really did
It's
not.
not if you would have told me something else, I can probably imagine you watching some other shows, and I'd be like, "What? That's wild." I figured you would like that show.
Well, you know what? I was more of a Nickelodeon kid than a Cartoon Network kid anyway.
That surprises me a little bit, honestly.
Why?
I figured you were a Disney Channel kid, honestly.
Oh no. Well, we watched a few Disney Channel shows. But that was mostly my sister and my cousins. They liked Disney Channel. They liked Lizzie McGuire, and That's So Raven, and Even Stevens. Remember that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they watched that stuff. I didn't really care for it.
I figured you were one of them. I figured you'd be like, "Oh, like Even Stevens coming on, let's go."
I mean, Even Stevens was a pretty cool show, but it wasn't something I dropped everything I did to watch.
You watching Proud Family? I know that for sure.
Yeah, Proud Family was up there. Yeah, definitely. I thought it was a pretty good show. I don't necessarily care for the reboot or the whatever it is.
I forgot.
It's not a reboot. It's like a continuation, or
No, it's more of it's the same thing they did for the Animaniacs on Hulu.
Animaniacs is on Hulu.
Yeah, they rebooted it for like a whole new season.
Really?
Yeah, you ain't know?
No.
I watched the whole thing. They brought back Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain.
Well, I know that they brought back Rugrats for on Paramount.
No, I don't have Paramount, so I'm not watching it.
I don't think
That
anybody I know has Paramount because all these streaming apps are just gonna add up to cable, man. It's ridiculous. Think about it. If you have like 5 or 6 of these apps, right?
uh
And let's just say the average price of them is $12 a month,
hmm
and you got like 5 of them joints. That's $60 a month, right?
Yep.
Plus all the taxes and fees. So you're gonna round each of them to like basically $20 a month. So that
Okay.
you're paying $100 a month. That's basically cable, my guy.
You know, most I don't know like the streaming service I know. I want you to know since I have YouTube TV, which is pretty much just cable, just with the ability to just free DVR. Honestly, I pay $65 for that. There's no taxes on that one.
$65 a year or a month?
A month. Month.
You pay $65 a month for YouTube TV?
My grandma like to use it. I don't care. It also shows a lot of sports stuff. I care less about it, honestly.
Oh no, dude. $65 sound like a lot. Like a lot.
It is what it is.
I mean, with the price of gas going up and everything.
I don't have a car, dude. I ain't paying for gas anytime
I'm
soon
thinking
right
about
now.
man, I ain't thinking about your wallet. I'm thinking about my own.
You ain't paying for YouTube TV.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to.
Barely
The
pay.
$65 sounds like a lot. I'm
You
not doing
barely
that.
pay me for these. You barely pay for these podcast distribution things.
How much are these things anyway?
A month. They're like 14.
When's the last time I
14.
paid you?
I don't know. I gotta look again.
Oh, see, you making a big deal about it. You don't even know.
You skip because I messaged you and you'd be like, "My wallet." You send me a gift of Dave Chappelle holding all his money. I'm like, "You bitch." You fucking. That's why I talk. You'd be like, "We talking wild shit," and then I'm like, "Sir, I pay. Like, I make sure this thing gets distributed."
Yeah, that you do. I can't deny that.
I also was the one who used to edit it until we had Jeremy. He took a lot of stress off my shoulders. I will always appreciate him for this.
I don't think you do appreciate Jeremy.
I think you're the one who doesn't. No, this doesn't matter.
Listen, I've known Jeremy for half of my life. Of course, I appreciate him.
Sure.
Back to these TV shows, man.
Uh huh.
What were some of your favorite? Let's go with sitcoms. You did watch
Sitcoms?
sitcoms when you were growing up, right?
Not a lot, but I did
Oh,
watch
yes.
sitcoms. No, I watched a few. I gotta say, my favorite one was always Kenan and Kel. I was, and all the I want you to know, all the sitcoms I watched were like mostly all black people.
Of course. Yep. Straight up.
Mostly I think the only one I watched was with my mother, and she liked watching The Nanny. That was the closest thing to like whiteness that I got.
You know
But
what? Kenan and Kel was definitely one of the goats.
it was
'Cause
Kenan. It was Kenan and Kel was the first one I always watched. That was one of the main reasons why I even watched Nickelodeon. I think the second one, and I'm gonna I wish I can remember the name, but I think it's called Different World.
Yeah, Different World.
That was the second one I watched, and I always loved that show. Them going to college.
Well, you know, it's funny. It was kind of a sequel to the Cosby Show because what was the daughter's name? That was the main star for the first couple seasons.
Was it not Rudy?
No, it wasn't Rudy. I think it was Vanessa, the light skinned one.
Yes.
She went away to a HBCU, and they was just dealing with their experiences over there. But I think eventually she dropped out, went back home or something like that. I don't remember. But it's funny. I asked a lot of people on Facebook like what was their favorite or what kind of TV shows that they watched growing up that they thought were impactful to them and culturally. And a lot of them did say A Different World. Like one of my old teachers said that she watched A Different World and it made her want to go to an HBCU. You know what I mean?
To tell you what the honest truth, because I think I was too young when I was watching that. I didn't know they were at a HB. I didn't know they were at a HBCU.
Well, I think it's fictional. The school.
No, I know it was fictional school. I had no idea it was that. I just thought it was just a college. So my brain at the time, I was like, "Damn, like this is what college is about." Like I can't wait to go to college when I was younger. I was like, I'm going to college.
Yeah, Hillman College. It's fictional.
Well, absolutely fictional. So it was to continue. It was Keenan and Kel, A Different World. Second was Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Third was Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Fourth, Living Single because of my mother. Again, that's how I learned about Queen Latifah. It's funny. And then fifth, the only one that's non-black, and I just remembered now, Drake and Josh, because I'm still a child. I was still a child
Oh,
during that
Drake
time.
and Josh. Oh, that was my show, son. Drake and Josh was actually pretty good. I like that one.
Those were I want to say those are the 5 sitcoms I really grew up watching.
Drake and Josh. That was what, mid 2000s?
Yeah, that was right after. It was after their stick. It was right after their stick with the Amanda show that got canceled because of the lead actress.
Man. Well, Amanda's show was more like sketch comedy, right?
Yeah, it was a sketch. It was literally a preview like sketch comedy shows for kids because it followed the all that sequence, which I also was a big fan because that was honestly what led to Keenan and Kel.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick Cannon and all of them. Teen Nick was Snick. No, it was Snick.
It was
Right.
Snick.
They had content that was geared towards more like older children and young teens.
And I was 7 year olds. I was 7 years old, loving this shit.
Right. They had all that.
They had all the games.
Remember, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I actually didn't watch that one because I think by the time I found it, I think they took it off the air.
Yeah,
Because
campfire horror stories and stuff like that.
So when I found it, it was all that it was a lot of game shows. So like figure it out, Guts,
Legends of the Hidden Temple,
Double
Dare.
I would be sick. I would fake sickness just to watch that in the morning, just to be late, just to fuck it. I was like, I gotta watch Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah, man. Remember when they started when Optimum TV first came out, when they made the switch over from Cablevision, they put a lot of these shows back on the air. Like they ran reruns of this stuff.
Yeah, I remember because that's honestly since my family knew I loved sports, they switched to it and bought all those extra channels for kids and sports stuff. So I had all those like extra cartoon shows and all those extra Nickelodeon Disney shows. Like I had JetX from Disney, which is like Disney's for guys, I guess, for boys. It was honestly what it was geared to because everything was like action sports related. At the time, it was called Gas or something.
Oh yes, I remember that. Games and Sports. Yep.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite ones too. But that's what really had all the double dares and everything. And then that's also when I found out. That's when I found out about Boomerang for Cartoon Network as well, because it was playing all the Looney Tunes shows. And I was like, I don't see a reason why I gotta go watch these other shows anymore. Look at this.
Like, yo, these shows is actually kind of aight.
And then I found out. Then Team Nick had his own channel right next to Gas, so I would flip it to watch Kane and Kel there, and I was like, yes, like 13-year-old me is happy.
So let's kind of analyze these shows that we grew up watching, right? Especially the black ones.
It seems like all the shows I grew up watching, because you ain't say shit.
Well, I pretty much watched the same stuff, like Keenan and Kel. I love the Wayans brothers. I loved the.
You seem like a more Wayans and Martin type of brother.
Well, my family is definitely heavy on those two shows. My sisters like Martin more than I did. I was more of the Wayans brothers, kind of. You know what I'm saying? I can listen. Marlon is still one of my favorite actors to this day. I think he's the most talented Wayans of them all. But Damon is like, no, not Damon.
Sean.
No. Keenan Ivory. He's the one that really like put everybody on. You know what I'm saying?
He's a producer brother.
Right, he's the producer brother, so he's one hiring all his family members in his movies and his TV shows and whatnot.
Someone's always got to do the bad work. That's why we appreciate Jeremy.
You keep saying that. Like Jeremy's not appreciated by me. You know what I'm saying?
By you. Exactly.
Throwing all this shade at me, bro. Like I don't appreciate that.
Honestly, this has nothing to do with you. It's just that sometimes you just gotta let the producer know that he's wanted.
Jeremy, if you don't know by now, you're greatly, greatly appreciated.
Because
Like
like that's how some shows end up not ever going back on the air.
because they have nobody to produce it to do the legwork.
People like some people get too big of a head. They're like, I don't really need anyone. Like the show runs because of me, and then like 2 minutes later, they're gonna find out, oh shit, the show doesn't run because of me. It runs because of everybody else behind me.
Of course,
That work shit.
yo, it's funny because you would think that when these TV shows and these movies get made, that it's really only a few people, but nah, these productions be having like
That is a huge
hundreds and
production staff.
hundreds, yeah, hundreds
That's
and
what.
hundreds of people working on this.
That's why credits are so long in movies.
Yeah, that's a fact.
They'd be like, oh,
Deep.
like, oh, look, there's the actors who's all in the shows, and then that's like the first 10 seconds, and then it's 2 minutes of everyone else, from the assistants to the producer to the cameraman to the people who set designer, costume designers, the people who went to find where they can record, so much stuff,
all that stuff. But yeah, let's go back to these shows, right? And I want to analyze the black shows a little bit because I noticed, especially with a lot of the shows that came up in the 90s, a lot of them had like some central themes of family and like, you know, pushing that positive black image that we needed. You know what I'm saying? Especially because of, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I'll continue. I was just agreeing with you.
So I think that, I think that it's important for us to continue that in a way. You know, obviously we're not in Hollywood, but I think it's still important for us to push that positive black image in media because you remember during the 80s, you know, the crack epidemic came out and, you know, the late 70s, they had the black exploitation era where they just put a whole bunch of black people on TV acting like buffoons. So they changed the, you know, the imagery up a lot. And you know who I think is really instrumental in this?
Yes. Yes, I do know.
Yeah, who? Come on, say it. Go ahead.
I don't want to.
Go ahead, because you know I'm right.
I don't want to say his name.
You know, because you know I'm right.
Doesn't mean
people not gonna like it, but it is what it is.
I know that we all know the truth. I'm not. I just you can say his name. I like people to like me.
What? Why? Why do you care if these people like you so much?
Most of my friends listen to these. I like for them not to hurt me. They're stronger than me.
Why? Because you acknowledge the truth.
I always acknowledge the truth. I have never been a problem being right.
Listen. The Holy Scriptures say.
Scriptures.
The Holy Scriptures say in Galatians 4:16, "Am I therefore your enemy because I told you the truth?"
Motherfucker, just use the modernized version. Why are you booing me? I'm right.
Right there you go.
Just like, why did you go to the Bible? I don't need this. I'm not gonna read it anytime soon.
Well,
I'm done reading. I'm done reading the Bible for my life.
Why?
Because I got kicked out of Sunday schools.
Who gets kicked out of? Hold on, excuse me, brother.
What's up?
Who gets kicked out of Sunday school? We're not gonna go over that topic. Like that topic, but
me and my mother both got kicked out of Sunday schools.
Oh my god!
And it's because my mother and I got kicked out because when they were teaching us stuff that I already knew, I would ask them questions to make them think, and then they got too tired of me. I was welcome to some because some of the teachers I remember because some of the teachers would go to my grandmother because they couldn't kick me out of some of them because my grandmother run that church. She was the president of that church. And they'd be like, "Is your grandson?" President? She was the president. She was the president of the church. She was the president of the usher board.
And then my presidents.
Yeah.
Oh Lord! All right, continue.
So they would go to my grandma. They'd be like, "Is your grandson here?" And she'd be like, "No, not today." They'd be like, "Oh, thank God, I don't gotta study tonight. I don't gotta study today."
Right, that's poor leadership. Okay, that's poor ministry. That's unacceptable. If a child is asking questions about the things that he's reading, then we're supposed to. That kind of just bothered me a little bit because
So you need to understand, some people, especially when it comes to kids, people want to be like, "I told this kid this, and I want them to do this." That's just how some people look at children. And then when they ask a little too many questions, they get frustrated. They're like, "Why does this kid know?" Especially when it came to me. Because most of the questions I asked them, I already knew. I just wanted to see if they knew. Because I was just that smug of a child.
Oh well, you just being this. Oh, so you're just being yourself, basically.
I've been this way. I've
So
been
you
this way since I was 5.
so you were just being Tay. You're just being Tayshawn.
Mm-hmm. But honestly, if you want to teach if you want to teach me something, I need you to know. I personally need to know that you know this more than me, so I can learn. That's honestly how I felt as a kid. I was like, okay, I read about this, but do you know about this? Because if so, why am I here? If you don't, why am I here listening to you if you don't know it? I can go back. I can go home.
You're not wrong about that, but okay. I see where you're coming from.
You need to also understand because of the way I grew up, I was not allowed to do the things I found fun unless I did certain things. So like I had to like this is probably why I don't like doing it now because I had to read a newspaper article, I had and summarize it, and I had to read a Bible and tell my grandmother what was the meeting and what I thought it was about, so I can like go do things I wanted to do. So this is why I don't like doing them now, which is
Into
like
the mind of Tayshawn.
which is ironic because I still took journalism and graduated with 4.0 in journalism.
There you go. So
It didn't really
all that,
help.
all that, all that prepared you for what you went to do in life.
Yeah, bullshit.
Back to these TV shows.
Continue.
So
You asked me about my life. Don't
I
get mad
did.
at me.
Yeah, I'm sorry I asked. I won't ask again.
Once I am smoked to the day I die.
Yeah, clearly. So who's responsible for all this positive black
Yeah,
imagery on
yes,
television?
it's Bill Cosby. Let's
Yeah,
move on.
there we go. Bam. So the Cosby Show, right? You know what's funny? They actually still air this show in syndication. I think on yeah, I think it's on whatchamacallit. Uh
TV. Not on TV land anymore.
no. I think it's TV1 or whatever it is. Something in the 180s. I forget. But yeah, so I think the Cosby Show created a blueprint for all these other shows that we watched afterwards because some of the a lot of the shows that you mentioned, especially the black shows, they had a two parent home, uh a nice house in the suburbs and this
Some of
that.
them, some of them did, not a lot. Especially because Martin was a show that showed about love. The brothers only lived with the Wayne brothers only lived with their father in an apartment complex. There were most black shows were mostly like. Also, I would also give some market to Good Times as well. Honestly, Good Times
Oh,
also was one of those shows that was like, oh, there's two parent household and they're not always fighting. There's not always like something extremely ghetto happening. It's just living a normal life.
right. Which is something that we needed to see. I
I
think
think.
is I think the imagery of a functional black family that yes had problems every now and then, but still the fact that we're not un whatchamacallit children, that we're just reckless and dangerous and we need to be exterminated type of people. I think it kind of it shifted the view of the black.
God damn.
What?
Ex- Nothing. Keep pushing. Exterminate.
What happened?
It was the termination.
The termination of what are you talking about?
You would like need to be. I know what you meant, but damn, that was like a punch to wake someone up. Like we don't need to be exterminated. I was like, excuse me.
Well, these niggas been trying to kill us since we got here. Please.
I know.
So, all of that definitely put us in a good position to move forward, because I feel like a lot of TV shows, especially if we don't write them, when we don't write our own TV shows and we don't produce our own stuff, then it gives the other people leeway to tell our stories for us, and we can't have that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because think about it. Look at Keenan and Kel, right? He
Yeah.
lived in a nice house. He had a loving mother, loving father. Oh, loving mother, loving father. I think he had a little sister too, right?
He had a little sister that had a big crush on Cal.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a job.
Yep, he had a job.
He worked at the supermarket. He
Was
did
a cashier, and he He was doing good.
Yeah, he was doing good for himself. I forgot what his parents did, but I think his father must have worked for some big company.
No, I think it's. Oh, what was his? My brain says his father was security. His mom also had a job too, and I don't remember what his mom's job was at all either.
Oh, well, if you think it's security, then you might be thinking Family Matters because remember, Carl was a cop.
He was a cop.